The topic in hand for today is that India's foreign policy is not in line with our global aspiration. And I strongly oppose this motion because I feel this is a very negative line. Now this motion has two parts. One is the global aspiration part and the other is the foreign policy part. Now what has been the global aspiration for the land of the Buddha and the Mahatma? Peaceful development for all and the inner strength becoming a superpower gradually but surely. Therefore, right after 1947, India faced a rather tricky dilemma. When the Cold War era arrived, India, like Pakistan, could have blindly followed the US because it was a Commonwealth nation, but India thought differently. We propagated the non-aligned movement because India has always believed in one thing, that it has to be a sovereign nation with an independent foreign policy and help all countries to voice their opinion. A few years later came our tussle with the superpowers. In 1971, we freed East Pakistan to become Bangladesh. But who was waiting in the Bay of Bengal? The US with its 7th Fleet nuclear warheads. But we overcame that. Few months later, we got the other superpower on our side when we signed a 20-year friendship treaty with erstwhile Soviet Union. In 1975, we annexed Sikkim, then a very important border country, and had a tussle with China, but we also overcame that. Today in 2013, you see India is knocking on the doors of becoming a permanent member in the Security Council. We are a very important member of the BRICS Council. We are forming treaties of security with Japan, with Germany. We are forming the Asian Triangle. And as always, we continue to grow. But India has not forgotten its old aspiration of development for all. India has been institutional to develop democracy in countries like Afghanistan, Myanmar, and Egypt. India has helped countries like Bhutan and Burma to grow in options like trade and business. And India's foreign policy, like all countries, has been tailored to serve its national interest. And in that regard, India's policy has been admired all over the world, except for a few cynics right here in India. Therefore, before we condemn our foreign policy or criticize it, let us think for a moment that as Indians, what is our aspirations to the foreign world, and then look at our foreign policy.